Easterseals has partnered with Michigan-based Cherry Lake Publishing Group to engage writers with disabilities.
Together with allies, they have authored 8 new titles for their very popular My Itty-Bitty Bio book series. Now, this book series is targeted at young readers, and Craig Sharum with Easterseals Mork is here to discuss this concept further. Craig, good day and welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you. Good morning.
So first things first, we had a chance to kind of glance through a couple of these, and these are wonderful little stories. Can you tell us the inspiration behind this series?
Yeah, absolutely. One of our board members came to us with this idea and had a connection with Cherry Lake Publishing, and so we were able to work with them to come up with this book series. And we figured it was bigger than us, so we rolled it out nationally, and working with our national office to make it happen.
So tell us a little bit about the Itty-Bitty Bio books, and the one I've got in my hand here is Jason Benetti. It says he was born with cerebral palsy. He describes his movements as herky-jerky, and he talks about his career as a sportscaster, working for several different sports broadcasting companies, because he says he wasn't able to play the sports when he was a kid, but really wanted to still be involved in sports. So this is just one example with some, real-life photos, but also some drawings and whatnot of what you can see in these bio series. Just tell us a little bit about the effort to kind of explain just some of the challenges that people are facing in a way that kids can understand.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So we opened our doors 100 years ago, and we've been serving in Michigan since 1920. And the goal was always to change the way people viewed individuals with disabilities and kind of change the dynamic and the conversation around that. Because in 1920, when we opened our doors, society didn't view people with disabilities the same way they do today. And there's many more challenges that were in place. And so this book series was really to celebrate all of the advancements that have been taking place in the disability community. So we were working with them to bring this to the marketplace and really to schools and to the readers. And we targeted a younger demographic because one of the things that we wanted to do was start that conversation early and get kids to be familiar with individuals with disabilities. And as you read through the books, while it touches on each individual's disability, the book isn't about their disability, it's about their accomplishments. And it talks a little bit about their disability so you understand it, but it's written in a way that kids can understand what that disability is and explain it a little bit to them in terms they understand.
Craig, representation is so important, and this is a wonderful example of it. I mean, again, when we were just kind of perusing through, it mentions the disability, but then it just kind of, breezes on past it. It's like, right. That is such a small part of who I am, and that is what these books are about, who these people are outside of their disability. And that is so wonderful, Craig. It's so important.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Yeah, I agree.
Like
I agree. We all agree with that, for sure. That was definitely one of the things we wanted to put in there, and each book, I've got a bunch here as well. Each person that's featured represents a different area. So you have artists, activists, presidents, writers, and performers that all have disabilities, and that did not stop them from doing what they wanted to do. And I think that's one of the biggest things we try to instill. We serve 21,000 people a year through our through the Michigan organization. And so one of the things we want to really drive home is that a disability is part of what our stories are. Like, for example, I wear glasses, but I would hate if everybody just knew me as the guy who wore glasses. There's so much more to me, and there's so much more to each one of us that we like to say that it's part of your story, but it's not defining of who you are.
Tell us about how maybe these 8 new titles were chosen, or the characters, obviously real-life people were chosen, but like you said, you've got everyone from FDR as a president to Jason Benetti, I just mentioned. I've got Valissa Thompson.
I got Leroy Moore, who fantastic.
Yep, social worker, and I love how, I was thinking at first when I picked these up, these are going to be historical figures, but Valissa Thompson, born in 1985, so that makes me feel historic compared to that. But how were these chosen, and what kind of partnership or collaboration was there with some of the subjects of these books?
Oh, yeah. Some of them actually wrote. Anita Cameron wrote hers. She sat down and wrote it with us. So, yeah, a lot of these people are very active within the community, the disability community. They were identified through a number of different resources that we use. We're very involved in the disability community. So asking, who we felt were representative of the different areas within the community, both historical and active right now.
Now, Craig, something I'm curious about, sir, is could you tell us a little bit about the logistics that went into this? I mean, because you are amassing, bios from world leaders, athletes, artists, people from all over the spectrum of life. How was it to kind of shackle these people down and be like, all right, we need your story, sit down, give it to us?
Yeah, a lot of them were very, those that were still with us were integral in getting that together, worked with our writers. The individuals who wrote the stories all had disabilities as well. So their dream was to become a writer. So we worked that into it as well and paired them together and came up with it. Every person who is still with us today had a role in it, approved it, and we're actually excited because we were all on the same page with providing their story as an inspiration for individuals with disabilities. And they're not just for individuals with disabilities, they're really inspiring stories on their own. And so it was a great collaboration with everybody involved.
Absolutely, Craig. I think these are great stories for anyone dealing with hardship whatsoever. So, Craig, where can our viewers go to find more information on the book series and maybe purchase a couple for themselves?
Yeah, absolutely. You can go to cherrylakepublishing.com and purchase them there, or you can go to Easterseals MORC. That's Easterseals.org. There's a giant pop-up that hits the home screen. You can buy them through there as well. The good thing is 10% of all the sales come back to Easterseals MORC right here in Michigan. So we can help individuals with disabilities to accomplish their goals, and you can get a great book as well.
Well, Craig,
that's awesome.
Yes, Craig Sharum, this series is wonderful with Easterseals MORC. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us today and introduce us to this series. We'll make sure all the information, it's all going to be available on 9and10news.com after the show today.
Thank you so much for having us on. Thanks. I appreciate it.
You have a good day. Here's a look at what's coming up next right here on Good Day Northern Michigan. We'll be right back. Stick around.